Ja, dann begrüße ich euch sehr herzlich. 22 Uhr und 6 Minuten, Spieltagspressekonferenz am 45. Spieltag in der deutschen Eishockeyliga. Oberbayerisches Derby stand heute auf dem Programm. ERC Red Bull München gegen den ERC Ingolstadt. Das Endergebnis vor 10.796 Zuschauern im ausverkauften SAP-Garten 4:0 für München. Es war der 41. Sieg der Münchner im 71. Spiel. Ja, ich darf beide Trainer sehr herzlich begrüßen. Zu meiner Linken Mark French, herzlich willkommen, warm welcome, Trainer ERC Ingolstadt und natürlich wie immer Trainer Red Bull München, Oliver David. Yeah, Mark, your team lost 4-0, but it was a very, very tight game, of course. So, how would you assess the game?
Yeah, well, first, congratulate Oliver and Red Bull on the win. I think, like you said, I thought through the first two periods and well into the third period, it was a tight game with both teams having some opportunities to finish. I thought we did well with the kill. We had to kill off some substantial periods of time, especially in the second period, that we were able to do. You know, I think it comes down to that they were able to make the play to generate the first goal. From there, obviously, you're trying to chase a game when a goal is scored late like that. So, yeah, we have to learn from that game and grow. And we've got Cologne on Friday, so not much time to think about it, which is probably not bad at this time.
Vielen Dank, Mark French. Yeah, Oliver, as I mentioned, a very tight game at the end, 3 points for Munich. Yeah, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought our start was great. It was really good to see after a month off. You never know what's going to happen, you know, coming out of, obviously that very rarely happens. It's once every 4 years, basically. It's a unique situation, the Olympic break. So yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what you have. We had guys going every direction. We had 4 or 5 splintered groups. Kind of around the world, some at the Olympics, some injured, still injured. Yeah, so guys taking kind of their vacations at different times in the break because of the Bayern school break and different things like that. So it was hard to put together practices with full group of guys. But they really put in the work when they were here, and it was actually both teams. I don't know what they did on break, but it was a very, very fast-paced game, and that's what surprised me in the beginning. So the start was nice, that it started like that. It didn't start messy, and guys never got tired the whole game, at least not that I could tell from memory. Yeah, and we cracked the seal there for the first goal, and then, as Mark said, you have to react, and we were lucky enough to put a couple more away, into an empty net there, kind of sealed it. I was also just kind of happy to see that the special teams were great on both sides. They killed more than we did. Our power play generated, just didn't score, but it felt like a game, like if it's going to end on one of those, oh man. So it was nice that it kind of ended how it did, obviously because we won, but special teams was outstanding, and kind of the PKs both deserved to be 100% tonight, I would say, and the goaltending was outstanding as well, which you wouldn't necessarily bet on was going to end up to be like that. Basically, both goalies gave up 1 goal in the heart of the game, 0-1 goal in the heart of the game. So, yeah, it was a impressive, almost playoff feeling already, to be honest. So glad to be on the winning side of it.
Vielen Dank, Oliver. Dann darf ich noch kurz anmerken, München mit dem Sieg klettert München auf Tabellenposition 3 hinter Köln und Mannheim, wenn ich es richtig gesehen habe. Und jetzt darf ich die Kolleginnen und Kollegen bitten, falls es Fragen gibt, sich zu melden. Dann fangen wir mit Ruben Stark an von der Münchner Abendzeitung.
Congrats, Coach. Can you tell us what happened after the first empty net goal? Why did this scrum happen?
We have an iPad on the bench, and it started to go out of the screen, but I think it was number 6. One of their players bumped Eisenschmidt, like skated. I don't know, because he's mad. I mean, it's pretty, or he just wasn't happy. I don't think I don't know, but I don't think Eisenschmidt celebrated out of control. So it was just like a, get out of here, whatever, you know, it's just probably mad. I don't know, I'm guessing to answer your question. I can't really tell you the right answer because I'm not the guy.
Mr. French, could you add something?
To,
Why it happened?
I think, like Oliver said, when I had a quick look at the video at the end of the game, you don't get a good angle of it because it comes out of pictures. So, yeah, as a coach, you're focused on what the next is. So, yeah, I don't really have a good idea right now. I'm sure I will on the bus.
Ist damit die Frage von Kollegen Felix Roder beantwortet? Nein, Antenne Bayern hat auch noch eine Nachfrage. Bitte.
I would just like to add to that situation. What do you guys think? Was it like an overreaction? Does it belong to a derby? How do you rate it?
The play at the end?
Yes, after the first empty net.
Oh, again, I'm not sure there was anything overly that stood out. You know, I think, like Oliver said, probably a player that was mad that a goal is scored. Yeah, I'd have to take a closer look to give a real true assessment on it.
Yes, it's hard to add something. The only thing I would say is kind of human nature. When that happens, then the next guy gets involved, and the next guy, it just snowballs. That's a normal human nature situation, and hockey's not normal humans, so it goes even more escalated, I would say. And you think you need to, it just keeps going. But obviously there was a stopping point. There wasn't 5 fights, and you know, so it's frustration, I would guess.
Gibt es weitere Fragen? Nochmal eine Nachfrage, Ruben Stark von der Abendzeitung.
How is Fabio doing after this hard crash into the boards?
Yeah, he's fine. I think we both know him, you know, more than me even still. That if there was a warrior in ice hockey, he's one of them. But I think he's fine. I don't think he played through something. I think it was an ankle or a bruise on a muscle. Just so most likely just a bruise, but I'm not the doctor. So, but he looked fine, right? I would say when he got out there, he still had his legs and his speed was there and quickness. So he'll be fine.
Gibt's weitere Fragen? Keine Fragen. Dann noch kurz angemerkt, für Ingolstadt geht es weiter, Mark French hat es schon angedeutet, am Freitagabend in Köln, München ebenfalls auswärts, Freitagabend in Augsburg. Dann bedanke ich mich, wünsche den Gästen natürlich eine gute Heimfahrt und good and safe home trip back to Ingolstadt und ich sage danke, Servus und ciao.
Danke, Servus und ciao.
Ja.